Hey everyone, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about Walker Stalker Con Atlanta, just kind of finish out that discussion. I did the vlogs and I usually do like a little kind of like summation of like my thoughts and everything, and then also I thought I would combine my kind of comparison video. I usually do one of those when I like go up a ticket level. So this year I got gold, so I thought I would talk about gold versus VIP. Kind of just get it over with in this video instead of making it a separate thing. Okay, yeah, so well, let's just get into why I chose gold. So the only reason that I chose gold this year was because I wanted to be guaranteed to meet Andy Lincoln. With a gold or a platinum badge, you are guaranteed to get a ticket that you want. So even if the actor is sold out. So when Andy comes, he immediately sells out, and I really wanted to meet him this year. I've never met him. And also I felt like this year was gonna be my last Walker Stalker, so I definitely wanted to go out with a bang. So I had the extra little money for it. I did pay full price, even though it hurts to say that gold and platinum went on sale multiple times after I bought it. So I could have even gotten my gold badge at a discount, but I bought it full price. And I wanted to just be guaranteed to meet Andy. I didn't want to possibly go through the rat race of like, being online at a certain time and trying to get, connected to the fastest internet and like being devastated when, 2 seconds after it goes on sale, it says sold out. So I didn't want to go through that again because I have done it multiple times. Multiple times throughout the years. So unfortunately, it came back to bite me in the butt because Andy did not confirm that he was coming. And a lot of people felt that the con knew way in advance, and that's the reason why they kept discounting the gold and platinum badges, because they really wanted to sell those really high ticket badges, and that they knew 90% of the reason why people were buying those badges was because they wanted to be guaranteed to meet Andy and Norman and Jeffrey, but really Andy, because Norman and Jeffrey come every year, multiple cons throughout the year. Andy usually only does London and Atlanta. I thought that I was good this year, that I went to London this year, and he canceled literally the day of. He got confirmed to go pretty much like maybe a couple of weeks before, 2 or 3 weeks before, and then canceled the first day of con. The only day of con. He was only gonna come to con for a couple of hours because he was like doing a play or something. His daughter got sick supposedly, and he canceled. For Atlanta, the con waited an extremely long time to announce that he was not coming, even though some people speculated that they knew way in advance that he was not coming, which is sad, especially for me because I really wanted to meet him, and that was literally the only reason that I bought gold. Anyway, that's the reason why I got gold. But anyway, going back to the beginning, I decided to go to Atlanta for 5 days this year. Last year I went for 4 days. The year before I went for 3 days. So you can see I'm spending a little bit more and more time each year for Atlanta. This year I went for 5 days. I got in on a Wednesday. My flight went a Wednesday morning, and my flight went extremely smooth. I stupidly booked a tour through Atlanta Movie Tours to go see some Walking Dead locations directly, like as soon as I got in, pretty much. I had enough time to throw my bags down and then run down to the offices in downtown Atlanta. And I say stupidly because for the past couple of trips that I've taken, my flights have been delayed. So my flight could have easily been delayed, and then I would have missed out on the tour, and like they don't do refunds. Or at least they don't do refunds so close to the tour. I think maybe if you cancel with them a little bit, before 48 hours, they can do something for you, but definitely not the same day. So I would have been out $100. But thankfully, everything went smoothly. I got in, threw my bags down, and headed down to Sonoy with Atlanta Movie Tours. Did Big Zombie 3 with Josh Michael. He played Shitty Jared. Those are his words, not mine. The savior, Shitty Jared. He was so funny and sweet and just like personable. Made sure everybody got selfies and hugs and autographs, and just super knowledgeable about just being on the show and just being an actor, period. So that was really awesome experience. I totally recommend Atlanta Movie Tours. This is my second tour that I've done with them. I did Big Zombie 2 last year, and this year I did Big Zombie 3. So definitely, they're a small business in Atlanta, in Sonoy, so in Atlanta. They go down to Sonoy and the surrounding areas to take you to various locations, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. Then that Wednesday night, we also stayed to eat at Nick and Norman's. I hadn't had any plans that I needed to eat there. I mean, if it happened, it happened. I wasn't really too pressed about eating at Nick and Norman's. But apparently, I've heard that the food was really good, and just like a really cool, chill out atmosphere. And guys, believe the hype. The food is amazing. I'm dreaming about this chicken sandwich that I ate there. And I won't be getting back there until next year, maybe. Yeah, I ran into Rayon is Rayon real quick, 5 minutes. I usually see him at the Atlanta Con, so it was weird seeing him after a year had gone by in Sonoy. It's so weird, like seeing people that who I live in New York City, he lives somewhere in the Midwest, but here we are meeting in this tiny town in the suburbs of Atlanta. It's so weird how the show brings us together like that. But anyway, met him real quick, said a quick hi. He seemed like he was busy. He was on the phone, so I didn't want to bother him too much. And then me and my friends ate at Nick and Norman's and then drove back. Then we come to that Thursday, and I finally had a chance to look at the accommodations, look at the area around us. And what I mean by that is because I stayed with a couple of friends in an Airbnb. We rented out an apartment, a whole apartment, and it was 5 of us, 5 cosplayers that I've met at various Walking Dead conventions in the East Coast. I think I met one guy in Atlanta last year or the year before. It's all running it together right now. But yeah, we decided to do that this year instead of what I usually do is, go solo in a hotel. Saved a lot of money, but it was just like a lot of personalities. We all got along swimmingly. There was no big drama, but it was just a lot of personalities in the room, in the apartment. People on different waking and sleeping schedules became a little bit of a thing. But yeah, it was cool. Well, the one thing that was a little annoying is that we had one key. and it was 5 of us. And I personally like to come and go as I please. So the one key thing would be just kind of a thing that I would like when I went into it. I thought, oh, we'll just make copies, but it was an electronic key, so that was impossible to do. So if we did this next time, that would be a definite thing that I would have to know in advance, so that I wouldn't feel like, oh, I can't do this or I can't go that place because we all have to kind of stay together, unless risk like getting locked out or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a completely different thing that I'm used to. But it was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of inside jokes by the end of the con, and that's pretty cool. You can see my housemates on the vlog if you missed it. Maybe like two videos back. You get to see the whole con vlog from Wednesday through Monday when I left. But yeah, anyway, getting back to the story. On Thursday, got my bearings and surroundings. We went to Sonoy again. We stayed, met up with some friends. One of my friends got a huge Walking Dead tattoo while we were there. I didn't even know Sonoy had a tattoo parlor. It's such a small, quaint little town. You wouldn't think like a legit tattoo parlor would be like in the area. Just checked out the Woodbury shop again, and that's even changed since the last time I've been there. There's like an extra little extension in the back for some cosplayers and photo op opportunities. Sonoy, Alexandria has changed. They've built a windmill. They've built an extension to the burnt out church. Well, the burnt out church got rebuilt and got an extension. And there's actually more space between the gates and the street. Like they've extended that somehow. It was there were different things to see. Made it to some different shops in the area as well. The Woodbury Cafe, which I'd never been in there before, but apparently they used it on the show. So that was really cool, just wandering around Alexandria, Sonoy for a little bit. Thursday night, when we were driving back from Sonoy to downtown Atlanta, I got out a little early because I wanted to see if I could, pick up some stuff. I needed to go shopping. And I wanted to go to what's it called? Oh, the Underground Atlanta. Initially, what I had planned to do on Thursday was to do some more local touristy things that had nothing to do with The Walking Dead, but touristy things to do in Atlanta. I've been going to the city 2 years in a row and I've done nothing so far. So since we got back from Sonoy so late, I couldn't go to like Piedmont Park or anything like that. Is it called Piedmont Park? I don't even think it's called Piedmont Park. One of the famous park with the High Line and all that. But I was like, okay, I could go to the aquarium since it's open later and they're doing some sort of Halloween thing there as well. It was like almost $40 to go, and I was like, ooh, that's a selfie or like an autograph at the con. Do I really want to spend that money on fish that I could go see in my own aquarium? Even though apparently Atlanta's aquarium is like the largest in the world. I didn't know that at that point. I was just like, girl, I can go to the New York Aquarium, which I've never gone to before. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do that. Let me go to the Underground Atlanta in 5 Points. Got there, they were closed. Even though it said like they were gonna close at like 7, it was only like 5. I don't know if that was just like an old sign or whatever, but it was closed. Couldn't go there. I was like, okay, I might as well just head back home, head back to the Airbnb. On the way there, I realized that I would be going over a Walking Dead location, the Consumed Bridge, where Daryl and Carol fall off the bridge after they are in like a chase with walkers and like who's chasing them? Yeah, they were getting chased by a herd of walkers. So they find an ambulance, get into it, they get stuck, it's teetering on the edge of a bridge, and they fall over. So that was the literal bridge that was a couple of blocks away from my Airbnb. A couple of blocks and a couple of steep ass hills. That's beside the point. So I wanted to. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's my favorite ship. So it's like, let me figure out what angle it is. And it was raining, and I'm in the rain with my camera trying to figure out angles. I'm feeling myself getting like the sickening rising. You know, I was already a little sick when I got to Atlanta. I was like, this is not smart. This is not good. What are you doing? Go back to the Airbnb. But when I was about to finally give up, because I was like, I don't even know. I was trying to piece it together from the skyline, but I'm like, they do so much digital effects to like make the city look burnt out and you know just decrepit. Like you don't even know if it's the actual skyline that they included in that screen cap that I had. But I finally found it on the edge of giving up, and it was awesome. I was so hyped. So that's what I did on Thursday night in the rain, and then made it back to the Airbnb safe and sound. I actually stopped at a little restaurant that was not too far. They were super nice. Got another great sandwich, and they gave me like a free drink, a free appetizer coupon on my way back, just because I was just a nice customer. But I didn't get to use it, unfortunately. We opted for Hooters the next night for dinner. So yeah, that morning, Saturday morning, I woke up super hyped, was gonna go check out some more touring locations on my own. My boot fell apart. That ruined any plan of doing anything, really. I had to run out and buy some leather bond glue and hope and pray that it would work for tomorrow, because those were my Carol boots, my Carol alt boots. I was wearing them with my Morgan cosplay just to minimize all the shoes that I had to bring. But I wore a different pair of boots for those. They actually had like a little heel on them, so they kept clicking when I was walking, which was pretty funny. And I like made a new hashtag, Morgan in them high heels. Morgan's such a doomed cosplay, I swear to God. The year before, when I tried to wear it, I left my pants home. So that's where Morgan in them skinny jeans, my hashtag, came from. This year, the freaking boots that I was gonna wear, I'd like just completely obliterated. But yeah, I had to go and buy some glue. Thankfully that worked. Thankfully Morgan's jacket was a rain jacket, because that's what I used, just pouring cats and dogs. Yeah, and that was the start of Saturday. Not a great start to con, honestly. First day of con, it was cool. Really just getting to see what the gold experience was like. That Friday, we got in with the welcome panel, and it was just James explaining what was in our welcome bag, and just answering any lingering questions anybody had about the con and you know, any gold experiences that we would have. That was cool. I missed the gold panel that night. I Actually, I stayed for about 15 minutes of it, but like I said, staying with the group of people that I stayed with, I didn't want to get left behind because I hadn't been able to make it to the convention center on feet yet. So, and by the time it would have been over, it would have been dark, I wouldn't have felt comfortable trying to navigate Atlanta by myself in the dark, not knowing where I was going. So I had to cut the panel short, went with my friends. But it seemed like it was a really interesting panel. It was Women of the Apocalypse. I had a little clip of that in the vlog as well. As for the gold experience on that first night, like I said, that panel, and then we got to see the gold lounge, which it was just a bunch of tables. And it was a cool backdrop, which it's the backdrop that I have in the video. I loved that backdrop, but that was it. And like really kind of just like bags of chips and water and soda. Nothing special, which I thought it might have been. I was hoping that it would be a little bit more than what we got, but what can you do? It was a nice gesture, right? Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was my my photo ops days. I met Melissa. I met Yvette. I had a lot of changing out in and out of cosplays and regular clothes. Melissa loved my Team Carol shirt. Yvette loved my Team Carol shirt, and that was really fun. Yeah, and I had a locket. Melissa commented on my locket, how much she loved it. Yeah, I missed Denai's panel on Saturday, which I was really mad about. Like things kept getting switched because the actors had to go back and film, and it was just it was a lot of switching and time changing and all that. And the app surprisingly worked, but I wasn't checking it. So it would have been handy figuring out like when stuff actually was. I'm used to the app not working, but apparently it worked, and gave people information about the actual times and stuff. So yeah, that was Saturday. And then Sunday, I actually wanted to do some more solo kind of excursions, solo touring locations. So I made it to 3 locations that I wanted to go to ever since I started going to Atlanta, which was the CDC, not the actual CDC, the CDC that was the building that they used in the show. I made it there. I made it to Rick's house, and I made it to Morgan's house. 3 locations that I really wanted to go to ever since ever since I started going to Atlanta. So I made it there. Awesome locations. I felt that spark again that had been missing the whole trip, honestly. It was a little bit like, okay, I've seen this, I've done this. And the con itself got a lot smaller, so like a little bit of the con spark had gone, but going to those new locations, seeing those places, especially from season 1 and 2, were like 1 and 2. Since season 1, that was a big highlight for me, and it kind of reignited like the spark of this con. But the unfortunate part is I made it to the convention super late. Super late on Sunday, like maybe 1 o'clock. I was gonna do Sasha from 4 Walls and a Roof, and then I was gonna do comic book Sailor Michonne. Totally the time had got away from me, and I only ended up doing Sasha, which is fine. So I just stuck with Sasha for the rest of the day. On Sunday, oh my gosh, I missed the party. So on Saturday, Walker Stalker had their annual party after the con. Started at about 9 o'clock. Me and my friends had left the con, changed, freshened up, whatever, and then came back for the party. I decided to go to the party because the one in London apparently was really awesome. And I skipped it because I was like, okay, I went to the party last year in Atlanta. It kind of was like not my scene. So I'm not going to go to the one in London. Apparently the one in London was lit. I've heard. So I was kind of upset that I didn't go. So I was like, okay, I think Ross or somebody who hosted in London was also hosting again in Atlanta. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out. It was something. I got bored almost immediately and kind of chilled in the back. I'm sorry, I kind of abandoned my friends. But I was not. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be going to the parties anymore. But yeah, it was interesting. We'll say that about the party. And like that's why I forgot, because I was just like not interested in it. But yeah, fast forward to Sunday, the con was over. A group of my friends decided to go out and eat. Of course, you start out with about like 20 people. Only about half of them show up, which is what happened. And we ate at Hooters. Like, I think that's going to be an annual kind of tradition thing. I ate a lot at Hooters last year because it was so close to my hotel, and the food was actually really good. So we decided to go to Hooters. Some of my friends from England had never even been, so they wanted to try it out. I really liked it from last year, so that's why we decided to go. And it was fine. The food took forever to come, so we ended up having, one of my friends who got to the dinner super late actually had to, her food came out right as we were leaving, so that kind of sucked. But some of my friends stayed back and sat with her, which was really nice. But yeah, we had to book it because we were trying to get to the watch party. 2 years in a row, this is my third year going to Atlanta, I had never gone to the watch party, so I went to try it out. I felt like, okay, this is my last year, let me see what it's all about. Like, trying to peruse the crowd to see if there were any seats together, which there were most likely not. So we just went up to the balcony, which was pretty much empty. And that was open for people to sit up there as well, but nobody was there but us, really. And it was cool. We got to see the episode, and I was bummed that the episode that I watched, the first episode that I watched of this season, there were about 4 or 5 episodes before that one. This was the first one that I was seeing, was the one right before Rick dies. So it ended on like a cliffhanger of him being impaled. It was just like super devastating. I'm like, wow, what a great way to end the con. But the panel afterwards was really, actually it was supposed to be the Walker Stalkers podcast. It kind of turned into a panel with the actors who were there. So it was Ross, Tom, James, the other guy who hosts with him, I don't know his name, and the other guy, I forgot his name as well, but he's super funny, he's super personable. He got Glenn killed. That guy. Not Daryl. Daryl's the other guy who got Glenn killed. Who got Glenn actually killed. The guy who got Glenn fake killed. Don't come for me. So they did the panel. It was super funny, super what we needed to bring the atmosphere back up because it was such a downer after the episode. Yeah, it was just a great way to end out the con, actually. So if I would, and a lot of people actually showed up in onesies, which they say that's the after con viewing party tradition. we didn't really buy into it. I think maybe one of us, we kind of threw around the idea, everybody who was in the house, like, oh, are we gonna do the onesie thing? And everybody was like, not really. One of our roommates did, but he was the only one. But a lot of people actually did. So I think next year, if I go, definitely gonna go to the viewing party again and the onesie thing for sure. It was just like a really fun, kind of cute thing that everybody was a part of. Yeah, so then that was the end of the official con. Monday, everybody was flying out. Oh God, Monday. I don't even know if I should include that story in this because it's already super long, but Monday flying out was a whole adventure. But before I flew out, me and one of my roommates made it to the Jackson Street Bridge, took a selfie. It was really, we met a really nice guy who was just there, just chilling. He's not a fan of The Walking Dead. He was just like, I like the view. He was really nice, talked to us for a little bit, and then we boarded the plane and went home. Overall, the con was good. Previous cons have been better, but I just think it was because not everybody who I'm used to coming came. A lot of my friends who have been coming came, but a lot of them didn't. So it was just a little bit of a different atmosphere. The con actually was smaller than it's been since I've been going. And yeah, as for gold, the gold experience, I used it once, like my gold preferred line to go meet Melissa. I didn't use it for the panels since they oversold gold and platinum. Like, there was no way that I could have even been in the first 2 rows because the first like 20 rows were gold and platinum. That was super annoying that they did that. What else? So yeah, the dedicated line, the VIP lounge was nice. It was, you know, a lot of people didn't use it because I felt like the con was so empty almost that you didn't need to get away from the crowds because there weren't a lot of crowds to begin with, but it was just a nice little space. The exclusive panels, I missed both of the exclusive panels, so I can't speak to that. And apparently that's a thing that they're going to be doing moving forward, even at the VIP level. So yeah, even at the VIP level, that's apparently a thing that they're going to be doing moving forward, like exclusive panels, which I'm not a fan of. I think that's the one thing that is free and open to everybody. Oh, free. The one thing that's free and open to everybody, why start excluding people out of the panels? Like, I didn't like that at all. She was the only one that I used my codes for. Like, I didn't care to meet Norman or Jeffrey, you know. The only person that I cared to meet was Andy, and he didn't come. So yeah, that was my gold experience. It was meh. I personally wouldn't do it again. Like the welcome bag, it was, I mean, you guys saw, I put up my haul, and you can see what came in the bag, and was it worth it? No. The perks, no. Like the VIP lounge, the extra little panels, no. The only reason that I would buy it again would be the same reason I bought it in the first place, which would be to meet super exclusive, hard to meet people like Andy. Even Norman and Jeffrey, their lines were not open to general admission or even VIP, I heard. So if you need to meet Norman or Jeffrey beyond a photo op, because their photo ops were open to everybody, but their lines for autographs were not, then you would need a gold or platinum, which I'm really upset about that as well. Even though I was gold and platinum and could have done it. I mean, people don't have money like that. So I'm really disappointed that they're doing that now. but it is what it is. They're not worth it for me to buy gold. So yeah, my gold experience versus my VIP experience, I would not do it again unless it was to meet Andy. Honestly, I wouldn't do it again. VIP level, it's great. It's where it's at. Yeah, I would say that's the best bang for your buck. Yeah, guys, and that was my Walker Stalker Con Atlanta wrap up kind of video. I feel like I left a whole bunch of stuff out. But yeah, there you go. If you have any questions about Walker Stalker Con Atlanta, hit me up. I said this was my last year, but Andy didn't come. So I think I may have to go back if he comes next year. They said that he was not going to be doing cons for at least appearances, stuff like that for at least a year. He probably will be back. I thought this would be his last one, period, since he was leaving the show. Spoiler alert. I thought it would be his last one, period. If he showed, he didn't show, so I was like, oh, and he's not coming back at all. That's a wrap. But with these movie deals that he apparently has to continue Rick Grimes' story, I'm sure he'll be at a Walker Stalker Con in London at the very least. Hopefully at Atlanta next year. Hopefully. So yeah, I'll probably have to go back to Atlanta. Didn't have to pull my leg too much, honestly. I love squatting up with the fam. Squatting up with the fam. I love hanging out with Walking Dead cosplayers from near and far. It's like such a big reunion. You know, people who might not even go to their local Walking Dead convention will come to Atlanta, or come to both, because I know I'm going to Jersey, which is 3 hours train ride away from me, as opposed to Atlanta, which is, I don't know how many thousands of miles, hundreds or thousands. That's how much I know about geography. Yeah, but anyway, let me wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you at a con. See you at a con.